I'm smiling because I have this contradiction in my head where we're told it's good to be humble, and I want to suggest that it's good to want more. And maybe we just like misplaced the desire and the context of that, because I think that within this sense of materialism we can be very hungry and unhealthy with like what we want to have as our possessions. Yet when we talk about wanting more in this sense of like to feel more alive, included, blissful, nourished, all that, that is a very orienting texture to follow internally, because I think that it uncovers the paths where there's kind of this restriction on it and where there needs to be work done, right? Like maybe it's not just there needs to be work done, maybe it's simply that as we change, we can also allow for shape-shifting the environments we're creating and how inclusive we are within our communities and how respectful we are, and also, frankly, how much accountability we can take for kind of standing and protecting the values that are dear to us and what we want to respect, and how much reliability we want to bring into those, like all that. There are different textures, but I think that it's maybe especially for men it will be hard to try to integrate something that feels very feminine, like to have this feeling of sensitivity to themselves can feel emasculating, and yet I feel it's only artists, it's only people with integrated feminine principle that can ever understand women, that can ever be able to mirror what they're going through within their psyche, be able to relate to the complexity and dimensionality of emotional experience meshed with kind of the responsibilities we have, the things we need to do, we are obliged to do, or should be nice if we did, like all of that coexisting there, like and like witnessing that and validating that, and then also allowing for kind of clarity of what is to be prioritized and what is to have our energy investment, or how to say it, it's icky to say investment, like, you know, this capitalist language everywhere, but yeah, I think it's so important once it's rooted, once it's not just us being naive, being disconnected from the current state of being and what needs to be changed in order to allow for that spaciousness, for that inhale. And then maybe I am only one-sided, because then I'm just already being like, okay, but then exhale needs to follow, right? There needs to be also letting go of attachments and that which maybe once sustained us, but now we feel that it doesn't quite meet us, but once we leave it, but once we acknowledge that, there's grieving that comes with that, because you lose the structure, you lose that which has sustained you, you lose security, you lose familiarity, and then what emerges are liminal spaces, those spaces where what is required, I feel, is surrender, is these, like, right, like those voids, those unknowns, those uh, what does sustain me now, what can I lean onto, what do I hold to. Did I mess up? I don't know. But yeah, it's, I think, often omitted when we talk about, well, if it doesn't feel nourishing, then leave it behind. Yeah, but like, that's not just a positive experience. That's not just a now I feel so much lighter. It can be, to some extent, the kind of effect of like lightness emerging can be there, but it also feels like, what if there are not visible those new pathways? What if they're not yet established or grounded, and will they emerge? Or what level of naivety do I approach this with? What level of being ungrounded and completely losing my rationality? Like, it's always gonna be this like balancing internally, and to what extent you can lean onto one or other side, and where it's beneficial to do that redistribution of weight, of attention, of power, of energy, and where it does not turn out to be good. Like, how do you reflect that, and also, frankly, how economically safe it is for you to do all this exploration, how economically safe it is for you to be in the unknown, and in this state of surrender, in this state of allowing for you to be moved by that which truly has the potency to do so, and to say no to things that you don't respect, because respect is not automatically given, right? Respect is earned. And so what does earn your respect?